Hello, Professor. This is my slideshow on analyzing the mass media in popular culture and the advertisements. So I chose Motor Trend magazine as the magazine for my for this topic. It's funny enough, I actually found this magazine in the airport store while we were in the airport on our way to go play St. John's. But this is the magazine I chose. Kind of familiar with it. My grandpa and my father have both subscribed to this, so I've looked through a lot of these through many years. So it was kind of nice and to see a familiar magazine in a store that I was at. In the first ad, I believe this was an ad for floor mats in a car. The first thing that kind of stuck out to me was an example of social inequality. Because if we're being completely honest, in the real world, not very many people, besides of predominantly maybe older white males, would be looking for new floor mats per se in their cars. So that's the first example that I thought of. I thought it was not very many people um, look for this ad, so I feel like it's targeting a very specific demographic. That's kind of the first thing that stuck out to me. And I think that's a big example of social inequality, just in the sense, like I said, it's targeting a very specific demographic um, in this picture here. The second ad was a progressive auto insurance ad. And immediately I thought of socialization and maybe some social structure because it's very common in today's United States, regardless of race, ethnicity, that if you own a automobile, you're required to have auto insurance. So immediately I thought of socialization, and based off the definition of socialization, that lifelong process where things become like norms in society. I just immediately thought of auto insurance, how over auto insurance is a fairly new concept. So I immediately thought of socialization, just how it's so normalized now in the automotive industry, and maybe a little bit of social structure as well as could be included in that. Definitely some kind of pattern that has become socially accepted. That being auto insurance. So I feel like that could relate to the definition as well. The third one was a little bit interesting to me. It was a advertisement for a holiday train, a Christmas train, branded of the Budweiser Brewing Company. I thought this was very, very specific and kind of catered to gender roles because I feel like this ad targets a very, very niche kind of market, with that being like older white males, maybe some older African American males as well. But definitely, I feel it targets males in general, probably over the age of 45 and up. It's just it's a very nostalgic brand for many American, especially American men, American white men, if we're being very specific. So I feel that that's a very niche ad. Kind of caters to gender roles, maybe social norms in a sense where it's targeting a certain demographic, but that's what I picked up immediately from that advertisement. The fourth ad was also kind of the same as the last one in the sense I feel like it targeted a very niche market, with that being um, older white men. And if I'm being completely honest, this whole magazine um, kind of caters to older white males and males in general. I feel like, especially males over the ages of 40 to 45. Like I said, even myself being Hispanic descent, my father and grandfather both love this magazine. So I feel like it kind of just targets to males in general. but it's a advertisement for a, hot rod tour that stops in certain cities, and I feel like it caters to the gender roles and kind of like um, social norms for older males. And then kind of the last that I saw in the magazine, I kind of thought it was funny, kind of ironic, because my grandfather does indeed own one or two pairs of Skechers shoes, and if we're being completely honest, it's a shoe kind of catered to older male and females. Oftentimes, you'll see older individuals wearing these shoes just for comfort and reliability and the fairness of the price. So I kind of felt that this was kind of ironic, and because my grandfather does indeed own a pair of Skechers sneakers, so I thought that that was kind of ironic, kind of a little bit funny, a little bit humorous to me. But like I said, it's an example of socialization for sure, because it's kind of become normal for older males and females to be wearing shoes such as Skechers or New Balance or Nike. But I just thought it was kind of a little humorous that they're targeting a certain demographic, which is not just older white males. I feel like it's just older males in general and older females as well. But I just kind of thought that that was a kind of humorous, um, advertisement that I just kind of noticed, like subtly noticed. So to sum up my slides here, it just kind of shows the concepts of just how social norms become kind of normal in society. Sometimes, if a lot of the times they do become stereotypes. Um, so it's kind of important to learn from these stereotypes and not use them in a negative way. But it's kind of sad sometimes to see how corporate marketing teams will kind of use these stereotypes in a negative way to kind of bait their target market. And I think we need to find that fine line between actually targeting a certain group of people and not just trying to entrap a certain group of people. And I think that going forward, that's something to look at ethically from an ethical marketing perspective, especially in society today. Oftentimes we're just trying to look at what will make a company or an individual the most profit as opposed to what's the right thing to do. And I think that's something we should look at going forward in sociology and in marketing too.